Downtown Lexington could soon be getting an 800 square foot dynamic video board like the ones that you see in larger cities. Here's a look at what it would look like outside of the Central Bank Center and Rupp Arena. The Lexington Center Corporation, which runs the arena, Central Bank Center, and the Opera House, would use it to promote events. It wouldn't light up after 11 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and after midnight on Fridays and Saturdays. The Lexington Board of Adjustments must give its okay to the plan at its March 11th meeting. That'll be interesting to see.
See how that goes.